Hello, it's Saber, and today I have another Japanese manga haul. This time around, there should be about 45 volumes, so let's dive in. To start things off, we have Volume 1 from Gokurakugai. Very quickly, this became one of my favorite new manga from 2022. Initially, this was a popular one-shot from 2020, and now finally it's serialized in the monthly manga magazine Jump SQ. These two over here are the main characters from the series. They work together as a team in a really crazy district that has a lot of supernatural stuff happening. This is very much an action-packed battle shonen series with dark elements, but it also has a lot of really interesting storylines attached to the supernatural inhabitants of this district. The artwork in this is phenomenal, the character designs are really good. I do highly recommend this manga in general, and my goodness, she is so iconic and cool. Anyway, there only are 5 chapters at the moment, since again it is a monthly series and the story has not had that much time to develop, but with a little bit of time, it's definitely gonna get there, so yeah. I guess this is a supplement to this haul. I picked up the 15th anniversary issue of Jump SQ. I do plan on making a more in-depth video with a bunch of magazines that I've picked up in recent memory, so hopefully that comes out this month. Anyway, back to Gokurakugai, I did want to showcase this really awesome color spread page that was included in the magazine. Now, moving on to my favorite new manga from 2022, Gachiakuta. This manga just keeps on delivering and it keeps on giving, so I'm really happy that it exists right now. Here is Engine, my husbando from the series, looking iconic. I love the design of the volumes. And then we have volume 4. Here is some of the artwork. I would say it is very stylish, and I just love the flair and tone that it has overall. This mangaka was an assistant under Atsushi Okubo, and the influence is definitely visible. I would say this manga is a must-read if you are a fan of dark fantasy battle shonen series. This has an excellent setting, it's very original and fresh in general, and it keeps getting better and better and more exciting. I definitely look forward to new chapters every week, and I'm also going to quickly show you what's under the dust jackets for each volume. All right. Iconic. And as a bonus, here is a really nice color page from Weekly Shonen Magazine. Next up, we have one of my favorite ongoing series in general, Kaiju 8, Volume 8. Another mega iconic cover from the series. Oh my god, this looks so cool. Let me show you a better overview. Oh yes. And this is what's under the dust jacket. I would say this manga is extremely consistent with how great it is. A lot of exciting developments have been happening lately, and the action keeps on delivering. Everything about this is iconic, and I'm really looking forward to more details about the upcoming anime. This manga is an absolute banger, and I highly recommend it. Now we move on to another just incredible shonen series. I swear to god, there are so many just fantastic shonen manga that are ongoing at the moment. It's crazy. We have Blue Lock Volume 21. This very much continues to be one of the most exciting sports series I have ever come across. It is definitely my favorite shonen sports manga, and I highly recommend this if you are a fan of action-packed shonen series, despite this being about sports. Let's just pause for a moment and appreciate how incredibly striking and amazing this is. Like, wow. But wait, there's more. Again, here is Weekly Shonen Magazine with Blue Lock on the cover. This is the same issue that had the Gachiakuta color page that I showed earlier, and let's try to take a little bit of a sneak peek. A cool color spread page. Moving on to another Blue Lock series. This is a spin-off called Blue Lock Episode of Nagi. This is very much canon. It's basically the story of Blue Lock told from the perspective of Nagi and Reo, which is basically everything that I could ever possibly ask for, since Nagi is my favorite character from Blue Lock, and this is just a gift from the heavens, effectively. The artist from this manga is different, but as you can notice, it's just as stunning as the original series, I would say. They really managed to find an absolutely just fantastic artist for this manga. Next up, we have volumes 29 and 30 from the iconic Tokyo Revengers manga. Volume 31 will be the last one. Here is what's under the dust jacket. I really loved the series from the beginning all the way till the end, and I'm really gonna miss it. Also, as a bonus, I have the issue of Weekly Shonen Magazine that has the final chapter of Tokyo Revengers. Here is the cover, very pretty. Next up, we have the guidebook from Hunter x Hunter. To my surprise, this actually got a reprint, because for the longest time, this was just out of print. The holographic effect on this is super pretty. Here is what's under the dust jacket. Well, to be honest, I also did want to get my hands on the newest volume from Hunter x Hunter, volume 37, but I just could not find it in stock. Well, at least on Amazon Japan, it has not restocked properly, so eventually I'll get it. You know, if I could wait for a couple of years for the series to return, then I can wait a little bit longer to get volume 37. I assume the guidebook got a reprint thanks to the art expo for Togashi from Japan. So I guess if you are someone that wanted to pick this up, now is a good time to do it because it is available in stock brand new in online stores in Japan and whatever. You can try on CD Japan or Amazon Japan. Then we have Spy Family Volume 10. What a cover. Wow. Let's also check out what's under the dust jacket. Aw, this is cute. We have a really cool color page. Spy Family is a phenomenal series, and it is one of the greatest manga I have ever come across. And from Spy Family, I also picked up the fan book. Here is the back, and let's see what's under the dust jacket. Okay, that's pretty funny. I'll give you a little bit of a glimpse at the contents. So we have this double-sided poster basically, and this has the cover illustration. We have a mini gallery with a lot of pretty color illustrations. Yes, Chainsaw Man is finally back. We have volume 12. Here is a better view at the dust jacket design. The volume looks like this. Next, we have volumes 2 from a series that I have been loving, and not too many people seem to know about it at the moment, at least. The series is called Yomi no Tsugai, and it's from Hiromu Arakawa, the author of Fullmetal Alchemist. This is her new original action-adventure fantasy story. It is a monthly publication, and now it's finally had a little bit more time to develop its story. To be honest, I feel like the series is kind of underrated or not that well known outside of Japan, and it definitely deserves more recognition because it's really excellent. It's action-packed, it's dark, it has a lot of crazy stuff happening, and I would say that if you do enjoy other stuff from this author, definitely give this a try. Next up we have Dandadan, a very unhinged, crazy, insane manga. You never know what to expect from this, ever. It literally can do anything, so here is what's under the dust jacket. I would say do not question it and just go with the flow. Here is a color page. Here is some of the artwork. Again, I would say do not try to question what is happening that much because you're just going to be very confused at the end of the day. Yeah, just go with the flow, I suppose. Nothing unusual to see here. Nothing sus happening. Okay, we're gonna stop with that. Here we have the latest volume from Blue Exorcist. The manga is finally back from hiatus. Since this manga has been ongoing for over 10 years, I feel like a lot of people have forgotten about it, but I will say this is absolutely one of the greatest action-packed battle shonen series out there. It is excellent in every way. Do not sleep on this series, especially if you really enjoy action shonen manga. You're not gonna regret checking it out. Next up we have volume 29 from Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun. This manga is excellent, and I'm very happy to see that it's actually getting more and more popular and more recognition in general. It absolutely deserves it, and this manga is one of my favorite comfort reads on a weekly basis. It's a shonen manga that has a lot of variety to it. It has action, it has comedy, it has slice of life, but most importantly, I feel like this manga just absolutely nails the idea of a school setting. There is so much thought that is put into the characters that get introduced. You get to see their growth, and the payoff of getting to see each character improve gradually is something that I cannot even properly describe with words. It's just a unique experience that I have not really felt or had the chance to come across in any other shonen manga. We have also Sakamoto Days Volume 9 with another really cool cover. And let's check out what's under the dust jacket. This manga is definitely one of the most exciting things that is ongoing in Weekly Shonen Jump at the moment. It has really great action scenes that are insanely over the top. If this gets an anime, I'm not even sure how they're going to be able to pull off some of these fight scenes because they are just that crazy. Next we have volumes 11 and 12 from Tougen Anki. This is like an urban dark fantasy battle shonen manga. It has excellent artwork, and in general, it has been a very consistently good read. Here is some of the artwork. This manga has a really interesting set of power systems, which leads to a lot of like super creative and interesting battles. So if you like your action, definitely give this manga a try. Next up, we have volume 27 from One Punch Man. Thinking about it, I have been reading this manga for a very long time, and it has become kind of like a comfort read. Chapters release whenever they do, and whenever they actually do release, they deliver. Moving on, we have volume 9 from Windbreaker. This has been a consistently fun, action-packed delinquent series with wholesome themes also. In Japan, it is quite popular, so I'm sure that it will get an anime, and at that point, more people will find out about this manga. The artwork is really on point, and the character designs are also really on point and very well done, in my opinion. Next, we have volume 12 from one of my favorite shonen sports manga, Welcome to the Ballroom. I did forget to remove the shrink wrap from the volume. Well, whatever. I guess as a side note, in case you did not know, in Japan, Kodansha shrink wraps all of their brand new manga releases. This manga is really gorgeous in general. It is about ballroom dancing. Basically, all of the characters in this are super iconic. The manga has a slower publication schedule nowadays, but I'm just happy to see it continue. Moving on, we have volume 17 from Kemono Jihen. This manga is a very well put together dark fantasy story. The artwork in this has a very unique charm to it. In general, the main characters in this are younger than what you typically see in action shonen series, so it definitely leads to a pretty fresh dynamic, but even with like the younger characters in this, the story does get quite dark and messed up, so keep that in mind. Next, we have volumes 2, 3, and 4 from the Lupin the Third Isekai manga. Yes, this actually does exist. It's not fantasy. Well, the story is fantasy, definitely, but you know, it's just funny in general to think that we have an Isekai manga with the characters from Lupin the Third. Okay, we have reached the stack on the right, finally, and this is the Dorohedoro Special book. I've been meaning to pick this up for a while for my Dorohedoro collection, but it was just not getting reprinted, so finally, they reprinted the thing, and I have it. We have this really cool poster. We have some sketchbooks, sketchworks, concept art, some illustrations from other mangaka. Let's see what else. This looks like an extra chapter for Dorohedoro. This on the left is actually the debut work of Q Hayashida. It's the first one-shot that she ever published. It's called Sofa-chan, and I can only show you some bits and pieces of it because of its contents. Here is some of the artwork. It's definitely Q Hayashida alright. Her style definitely wasn't quite as polished back then, but even for her debut work, as you can notice, she still has a lot of the same weird kind of gritty stuff happening. Houseki no Kuni, also known as Land of the Lustrous, is finally back from its hiatus. We have a gorgeous holographic shard cover, as per usual. My god, this is so pretty. Let me give you a better view of the whole design. Oh yes, this is what I'm talking about. Look at this, so sparkly. Underneath the dust jacket, we have this. We have some color artwork, and I guess I'm going to show you some of the illustration work, but I do not want to spoil anything because, you know, for this story, you definitely want to just experience it. Let's just put it that way. Oh yeah, by the way, the volume also included an art card, which I do appreciate. I'm not sure if it's only the first printing that has this, but yeah, it's a cool edition for sure. Next up, we have Toilet Bound Hanako-kun volumes 0 and 18. Volume 0 is basically a collection of the initial version of the manga before it was actually serialized. Basically, I guess you can say that you get the prototype version of the manga within this volume. It has 3 chapters in total, and as you can notice, the artwork of the mangaka is not that different, but it definitely has a little bit of a rougher edge to it. This is definitely something that you should check out if you are a fan of the manga, because it is going to give you a slightly different version of the events from the beginning of the manga. The volume also contains a one-shot from the mangaka, and it also has the same gritty, dark signature style that I guess you would come to expect from the creator of Hanako-kun. So yeah. Also, here's a better view at the dust jacket design. These two are the characters from the one-shot. We have Hanako-kun, and again, the characters from the one-shot, and more of the characters from Hanako-kun. Now for volume 18, a very pretty cover. Let's also check out the whole design. Personally, I can never get enough of the art style from this manga. It is so stunning, so unique, so charming, so colorful. Iconic, we love it. Okay, and underneath the dust jacket we have this. And of course also like the black and white artwork is super top tier. And here is the color page that was included. Now we have volume 2 from Soara and Monster's House. The cover actually has a slight texture to it, and the artwork is as pretty as ever. Also in general, the cover design for this is really aesthetically pleasing. I do quite enjoy the side-by-side comparison between the sketched version and the color version. This actually does have a nice golden sheen effect. This manga has a lot of charm and personality to it. If you like mythical creatures, if you like mythical monsters, and you want to find out more about them, this 100% is going to be the manga for you, because it's basically about building homes, or just houses in general, for monsters. Next up we have volume 5 from Kurogane no Valhallian. Unfortunately, it seems like the manga was cut short to an extent because it ends with volume 6. Either way, I did really enjoy my time with this series. The artwork is super on point, and let's just say that if you like the sound of immortal warriors from different time periods clashing it out in Valhalla, that means that yes, the series is definitely for you. On to the next volume, we have another volume 5, but this time it's from Ottoman. Unfortunately, this manga was also quite short-lived. I would have loved to see it continue for longer, but you know what? It is what it is. I do appreciate the 5 volumes that we did get, and this is basically an action-packed sci-fi alien-themed manga. The manga has an interesting contrast behind it because it is quite dark and brutal. It has a lot of action happening, but at the same time, the two main characters are just very much in love, and it just adds this really cute dynamic to the series that maybe you wouldn't expect necessarily. So yeah, if you are in the mood for the cutest couple ever, fighting out against aliens, then give this series a try. Next up we have volume 2 from a pretty new manga. It's called Moebana. I would have never expected to get into a series about the artwork of arranging flowers in Japan, but here we are. I guess with manga anything is possible. So yeah, this is about flower arrangement, or ikebana. The manga has a very pretty art style, and as you would expect, in general there is a lot of thought and care put into the illustrations of flowers. Quite a surprise, I know, right? As you can see, absolutely beautiful. Now we have volume 8 from Mieruko-chan. I absolutely adore this manga. And on the other side, we get to see the point of view of our main character. This series is a mix of horror and comedy, and it somehow works perfectly. Our main character here is basically one of the only people out there that can see these crazy apparitions, ghosts, whatever you want to call them. The story has an interesting flow to it, and oftentimes you will find yourself getting hit in the feels unexpectedly. Next up we have volume 11 from the excellent Hat Atelier manga. Another stunning cover as per usual. Let's get a better view of the whole dust jacket design. Stunning, absolutely stunning. And when it comes to the manga, do you like witches? Do you like magicians? Do you like warlocks? Do you like fantasy? Do you like series that have impeccable, beautiful artwork that is breathtakingly amazing? Well, if you like the sound of any of that, then this series is definitely going to be for you. Next in line, we have volume 6 from Diamond in the Rough. This is a large-scale adventure fantasy manga where people can extract various powers from gems. The manga has a very pretty art style, as you can see here. And let me show you some of the black and white work too. I feel like a lot of people do not know about this series, but hopefully with time more people end up reading this because it is very well made, so yeah. Now for something a little bit darker, we have volume 12 from Shadow's House. If you are a fan of mystery, dark fantasy series, this is definitely something that you should look into. We have almost reached the finish line. I have volumes 29 and 30 from Awashi. Really excellent seinen sports manga that focuses on soccer. This is one of the best ongoing sports manga at the moment, easily. And last but not least, my dear Golden Kamuy. These are the 3 final volumes from the series, and I will miss Golden Kamuy dearly because it finished. I'm sure at some point I will get the chance to talk more in depth about Golden Kamuy and why I love the series so much, but basically, from the series you can expect a lot of things. You can expect craziness, you can expect historical battles of epic proportion, you can expect mass destruction caused by a bunch of crazy people, you can expect really weird, wacky comedy. You can also experience the wonders of nature and why it's important to value what we have from nature. This manga dives into so many different ideas and concepts, it's really hard to really describe it in a few words. And of course, I'm also going to mention the fact that this manga is filled to the brim, literally, with amazing husbando characters. I kept up with this manga for years, and it was truly the gift that kept on giving so many things, and it gave me so much joy. So yeah, a big thank you to the mangaka for making this masterpiece. I guess here is a quick overview of the mess that was left behind after filming everything. Saber Stash is signing out. Thanks for watching. Bye.